Right, time for maths. We're going to do something about opposites first of all. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And then there's a Numberblock episode to watch, and we'll do some learning about that too. Okay? Now, opposites. Do you know what an opposite is? What does it mean? You think of anything like that? Anything to do with opposite? As long as you're talking about the same sort of thing, it means something that is completely different to the other thing. So I'll give you some examples, and then I'm going to give you a challenge to see if you can do some opposites, okay? So I've got a book here all about opposites, and I'm going to show you a few first. So here's an opposite. These flowers are tall, and the opposite of tall is short, because it's on the same theme to do with height, but it's completely different. They're tall and they're short. And if you are thinking about how things feel when you touch them, the teddy feels soft, and the opposite of soft is, do you know, it's hard. You wouldn't want to cuddle a toy train in bed, would you? Because it's hard. Whereas you'd want the teddy soft. So the opposite of soft is hard. Here's another one. This scarf is short. It's not very long, is it? Whereas the opposite of short is long. Do you get the idea? If you think of a door, you can open the door and you can close the door. So your first challenge is, can you find things in your house that show opposites? So maybe get something and then get something that shows the opposite. All right, you might have to act some of these things out. So that's a challenge, okay? So pause the video and go and see which opposites you can explore. Once you've done that, come back and I'm going to say some words. I want you to see if you can shout out what the opposite would be, okay? So pause, off you go. Right, have you done that? Okay, let's see if any of the words I say are some of the things that you've just found, okay? So what is the opposite of day? Yeah, it's nighttime, isn't it? So the opposite of day would be the night time. What is the opposite of being wet? So you've been in the swimming pool and you're wet. Yeah, if you haven't been in the swimming pool, you won't be wet, you'll be dry. So the opposite of wet is dry. What about the opposite of north? Because we've done that in geography, haven't we? What's the opposite of north? You remember? It's south, okay? What about the opposite of this one? What's the opposite of going over something? You'd have to go under it, wouldn't you? Under. So the opposite of over is under. Okay, what's the opposite of old? What would you say? Something that's old. You'd say young, maybe, wouldn't you? So if you had an old person or a young person. All right, what is the opposite of heavy? Something that's really heavy. What's the opposite? Yeah, something that is light. And finish. What's the opposite of being, like, feeling hot? Or what's the opposite of hot? Yeah, it would be cold, wouldn't it? Okay, so that's opposites. I wonder if you'll spot any other kind of opposites throughout your day. Right, there's a link below. Go and watch the Numberblocks episode, and it's all about numbers 11 to 15, which is quite good because it goes over things that we've been doing. So go and watch that and then come back, okay? Right, so once you've watched that video, it's good, isn't it? Because it goes over the numbers that we've been learning together at home from 11 to 15. And it's good because it's helping your brains. Do you remember that video about the brain? And when you learn new things, more messages, and it's got room to develop. So that's helping more understanding about our numbers, isn't it? So what we're going to do is we'll have a look at numbers 11 to 15 for a little bit. I've got all the number cards from 1 to 15 spread out in front of me in a random order, ready to beat you to put them into order from 1 to 15. I'll show you. Alright, can you see that? So if you pause this video and get your numbers spread out, and then we'll have a countdown to see who can win. Do you reckon you beat me today? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, number one. Okay, it's next after 1. Oh, you lot, slow down. Don't beat me. 2. Number 1, 2, 3. Comes after 3. 2, 3. Where is it? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on 5 already. You there? Yeah, 5. What comes after 5? 6. There it is. Make sure 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then of course Octoblock 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, mate. Are you up to me? You better not be beating me. Right, 9. After 9 is 10. That's all our fingers. So now I just need to remember 10, and one more is 11. I'm gonna put it underneath. So 10 and 2 more is 12. 11, 12. 3 more than 10. Where is it? 13. Oh no, don't say 13. Come back, 13. Alright, 13. And then 14, which leaves one more number. 15. Right, you better not have beaten me, puffins. Okay, can you see that? Right, I'm going to shout out a number. I want you to point to it. Point to 7. I beat you. Point to 12. Oh, naughty numbers. Point to 10. Point to 15. Okay, right, close your eyes. I'm going to do something to the numbers. Look carefully. What have I changed? You spotted it? Look here. 11, 13, 12, 14. I've switched these numbers around. And if you look at the way they're spread out, so number 1 and number 11, look, they both have one lot of 1s in them, but when you get to 11 you have to put a 10 on the end because it's 10 and 1. When you look at number 2, you've got 2 1s here and 2 1s there, but then you add the 10 because we're on to 12, and it goes up like that all the way. So all of the numbers between 10, so starting on 11 up to 19, will all start with 110, and the other digit will go in the same order as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, right, let's get the Numicon out. Right, once you've got your Numicon ready, you can carry on. If not, push pause until you're ready. I'm going to shout out the number. I just want you to make the number using a 10 and whichever number you need to go with it, okay? Are you ready? Can you make the number 13? Go. Quick. Have you got the 10 and the 3? 10 and 3 makes 13. So 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, next one. You ready? Can you make 15? What do you need to go with the 10 to make 15? 10 and... You done it? 5 more. Shh. Right. 10, and then we go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, this time I'm going to make the number and you're going to shout down the TV or the laptop to me. You ready? I'm going to listen very carefully. What number have I made now? What number is this one? Oh yeah, I can hear you. God, you've got a big voice. Right, I've made 12, 10 and 2 more. 10, 11, 12. Okay. Right. Let's see if you can make this one for me. Can you make the number that is 10 and 1 more? What number is that one? You done it? 10 and 1 more makes 11. Okay. Right, a counting stick challenge now, just to finish off. What number would be at the beginning of the counting stick if the end number was 15? Okay, so there's 15. What number would be over here? and if we were counting in ones. So at the end is 15. What number would it be here? Can you work it out? If you haven't, push pause. Let's do it together if you have. So we've got 15 at the end, and we'd have 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Did you work that out? You'd start on 6 to get to 15. Right, well, good afternoon.